Dear one, lovely to see you back again. Another amazing question that came in recently, especially in the time of such a crisis right now we're having on the planet. Negative energy, removing negative energy, dispelling it, and increasing positive energy. Just realize that you ultimately are the chemist, the divine alchemist of your own biochemistry. I can tell you that from my own life. So you can generate the positive energy within you. It all happened from within. Whatever is the nature of our experience is how we manage and master our inner being. So all experiences, positive or negative, whatever it is, it's our own making, it's our karma, it is your karma. Karma only means memory that goes into the subtle body, often in form of samskara, we talked about, which are impression, and vasana tendencies. So create a joyous biochemistry. When you choose that instead, when you know you are the ultimate alchemist and how to feel about yourself and have fun, work with the 5 elements, because we made out of 5 elements and we constantly can change our energy. And the first step is to start with profound mindfulness in thoughts, in words, in action, and especially when you breathe. That's exactly what yoga means. Yoga, yoke, union with the whole of existence. That is true beauty. And when you are bringing yourself to this moment, you can generate a more positive energy, but you could really be in touch with inside what's happening, what are the emotions, what are you experiencing, and address it in the here and now. So if you have intense emotion, you sit down, you nurture it, you hold it like a little baby. Remember, we talked in a previous video about the yoga tradition that our true nature is Satchit Ananda, and it's not a concept, it's not a philosophy, it's not a dogma. It is really our true nature of experiencing the world, the existence of who we are. So there are many areas where you can work on yourself to generate this positive energy. Just transform yourself into a walking Buddha. I'm not a Buddhist. I don't practice any religion. My work is beyond dogma and philosophy. But Buddha is just a title. It just means one that is above the buddhi, the mind. The lower part of the mind is the mana. Mana in the yogic tradition is filled with memory. Then when you tap into the chitta, something that we're going to talk about further in Becoming the Light Mastery Program, is tapping into the higher consciousness. It's like tapping into the brain of God. So learning to have a certain mastery over yourself and making that distance between your mind and this energy that is going through. So there's many little tools which I found incredibly practical. One of them is mantra yoga, which I have an entire voyage on that in Becoming the Light Mastery Program. There's so many powerful mantra. Mantra is like an incantation. They are in Sanskrit. They're made out of bijan, syllable, and those syllables are, it's not what the meaning of it, it's really the vibration of it. It's to change your energy, is to vibrate with a different frequency, a different energy, a different vibration. So being a baby Buddha is really being beyond your mind. Learn to make that distance between the mind and who you are. And getting trapped into ego identification can bring a lot of suffering and pain. And often that's what's happening. A lot of people feel a lot of negative energy because they don't know how to go about attracting positive energy and how to change this energy. Especially watch for your entourage, the people you hang out with, and learn to chant mantra. There are so many beautiful Om Hari Om, Om Namah Shivaya, and Gati Gati Param Gati Buddhit Swaha, and Shiva Shambhu, and Om Mani Padme Om. There are really hundreds of them, and it has been in my experience. You just realize, first of all, most people are aware, we are made out of 75% of water. We're made out of 5 elements. In the yogic tradition, we talk a lot about that. And Om Namah Shivaya, by the way, many rishi talks about, that's what it means, the manifestation of those 5 elements. So we are 5 elements. 75% of our body temple is made out of water. Our brain is made out, they say, over 85%. So when you chant, you are really helping transforming and beating that sound within yourself. For my being, there's constantly a reverberation of sound going on within my being, and you can consecrate your body temple just from chanting and sadhana from spiritual practices. So yoga mantra, I found, is one of the most powerful way to remove negative energy and transform it to positive energy. What I mean positive is joyous, blissful, ecstatic, and allowing yourself to be right here in this moment. So another powerful little tool is visualizing the light of God, the spheres of God. And I have several meditations that are really profound, but this is just a glimpse at one that you can do easily when you sit, is visualize it from your Swahasara, your 1,000 petal lotus, and see a being going through your Merudanda. The Merudanda is the spine. In the yogic tradition, we call it, is the axis between the earth and God, literally the infinity, God, whatever we call it by so many names. And cold shower, or a cold deep. Actually, I have a cold deep here at our temple. My home is a temple, and I always see my being as a shrine, and so you have that shrine, and nurturing it. And when you see it with that perspective, that the ultimate creator, the absolute truth inhabit within yourself, you will start treating yourself differently, thinking differently. I don't mean holier than thou, that's ego identification. No, with humbleness and with expansion of consciousness. So cold shower, oh my God, cold shower, cold deep are the best. And you dip yourself in it. It's interesting because it's beyond just cleansing your body temple. There is, it changed the energy as much as when you go for a bath, a wind bath, we call it in the yogic tradition. If you go for a beautiful walk and you chant, especially if you just took a cold shower and your hair is wet, you will become very, very sensitive to the energy. Remember, the divine permeates every particle of this universe, so it's only up to you to open the gate. It's constantly knocking on the door. to come in, and it's already in. It comes and knocks from inside. So open up and wind back. There's a lot of wind with breath. You will see you'll come back, you feel so much better. Often when you go sit down and meditate, taking a cold deep or a shower will immediately change your energy, especially if you're chanting while you're doing it. In the yogic tradition, there is another tool as well to increase positive energy, and this is all about cleansing the aura, the aura. And be mindful that around us, because of the energy on the planet right now, we're going through such a big transformation. A lot of people live in fears and anxiety, and they repress a lot of negative emotion. And so just really practice mindfulness of the people who are around you, your entourage. And if you don't yet meditate, you haven't been initiated into a certain form of meditation, it's time. Sit down, because through meditation, when you are initiated by a spiritual teacher, master, and it's one of the most effective way to nullify negative energy. Any spiritual practices that involve pranayama, working with the breath. The breath is a miracle of God. And this is one of the voyages we will talk in depth about prana. What is prana? And what is Shakti? Shakti, primordial energy. And a lot of people are confused about that. It needs to be demystified. So the breath, when you breathe, you're literally inhaling God, the divine. And it changes your biochemistry inside. So more about this in depth in becoming a mastery program. So those are little tips for you to experience on your own. They're simple. It's just a matter of really paying attention to them and be in touch. Don't forget, realize you are a divine alchemist. It's our intrinsic nature for us to master our energy. Nobody has the power over you, only if you allow them. So if you learn to be the witness and to really look and pay attention, you are going to start seeing a transformation in you. So a little sadhana is, you start now implementing those little tools. Oh, one last one I was going to say, which I only glimpsed quickly, was not one I would recommend, because right now, because unless you're in a temple and the person, they know how to do it, is Klesha Nashana. But I'll just share it, is a bat fire. And it's done with comfort, and it's done in a very specific way in the yogic tradition. That needs to be done by someone who has been initiated, who knows how to do it, but it can be very powerful. However, do not get involved in this one. I just wanted to share this is one of the tools on the spiritual path. If you ever go into certain temple, you could bring in the akash, the ether, which bring the energy of the temple. It's powerful. All the other tools I have shared, please implement them and practice them, see them. So that's your little sadhana. And I only share the last one so you are just aware that it does exist, but don't go throw yourself in the fire, only in the divine Agni of the Divine Mother. To me is the ultimate reality. In the yogic tradition, we often refer to the Divine Mother, and I love to think of our Creator as the Divine Mother. So have fun, Divine Alchemist. I'm here for you, and until then.